YouTube, we have some new leaks here, and we're gonna go over them. Yeah, so these new cards that are shown, some may come, some may not come, but we're gonna go over them anyway, just in case they come. First, we have Cataclysmic Cryonic Coldo. If a face-up wind monster is destroyed by battle artifact, special summon this from your hand, then place one spell or trap on the field to the deck. Probably some like event card. Destroyed by battle artifact. This card's a little bit slow, but whatever. Dark Factory of more production. Send one card monster from hand or field to grave. Draw a card. Whatever. Trap, slow. Not really that relevant. Flying card. It's magic card from Pokemon. Yo. If you play this, we can evolve this into Gyarados. Oh, that's toxic. That's toxic. You get a quick effect. You discard one monster. Water monster's card gains 500 attack. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you contribute this card special summon one Sea Serpent or Aqua from your deck. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. A lot slow, but moving on. Probably some event card. Infernal Queen Salmon, fish effect. If this card is normal special summon, you can summon one fish normal from deck to grave. I wonder if we're going to get some fish skill. If this card is destroyed by battle or destroyed by opponent's card effect, the special summon a vial one salmon tokens. Okay. It's whatever. Kingyo Sakui. You can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, activate the top card of your deck, and if it is a monster with the same attributes as the target, add to your hand. If you do, shuffle it in the deck. Otherwise, send the activated card to the grave and destroy this card. Okay. It's whatever. It could be, there's cards that just graveyard control better than this does. Like, if I really want to get rid of a card in my opponent's graveyard, I would just use DD Crow. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering why I'm not on the screen, the reason why is because I'm going to block out half the text, and I don't want to do that. So, I'm not trying to be, put my picture on, my video camera on, because I don't want to block out half the text of when we go for the skills. Melffy Penny. If a face-up beast monster you control was returned to the hand this turn, except Penny. Quick effect. Oh, this is good. Penny is really good. You could special summon this card from your hand, and immediately after this card resolves, synchro summon a synchro monster using this card you control, and Melffy monsters in your hand. So again, this can, if you were able to return a beast to your hand, then you can synchro summon using the hand, and it's going to be on your opponent's turn as well. So this is really good. You can make Herald of Arclight with this, and we already have Herald of Arclight. It was one of like Sprite's main combos, but we already have Herald of Arclight in the game, so you can make it. During your end phase, if this card's in your graveyard, you can target one beast, exceed monster you control, attach this card as material. Also, what's to be noted is we have Obedient School in the game, which you can get with box chips if you do not have it already. So a Melffy Penny could be really good under that circumstance. Next, Melffy Staring Contest. Okay. You can reveal one beast monster and add one Melffy with a different name from deck or graveyard to your end. Okay. And if you do, place the reveal monster on the bottom. I don't like that it's a -1 because you have to activate this card, then search a beast, then put one on the bottom. So this makes this kind of a -1 in the short term. But it does give us a search. You can only use this effect of Staring Contest once per turn. At the start of the battle phase, you can reveal any amount of Melffys in your hand and keep them revealed during the battle phase. Okay? Monsters your opponent controls lose attack equal to the combined attack and defense of all monsters revealed. So this is a solid card for Melffy for sure. Let's see if we get a skill that puts this on the field at the start of the game, at the start of the duel. It'd make this a lot better, because then you wouldn't have to take a -1 for it. So that would be better if you had like a skill that's based around this. Next, you have Merry Melffys. One tuner plus one or more non-tuners. It's generic, okay. If this card is special summoned, you could target one face-up monster on the field, return to the hand. This being generic is really good. This could be even Steve play, I think, in some like, maybe some like, well, the thing with Floor is that you may still rather play Mistborn Colossus because it's a win and triggers Necrosynchron. But just as a generic deck, you could just make this and just get a free compulse on Synchro Summon is pretty good. Right off the bat, but this can be played in Melffys, and as you saw with your Penny, you can make this on your opponent's turn and make an instant compulse for a disruption. So very good. Okay, if your opponent normal or special summons a monster except during the damage step, or if your opponent targets this card for an attack, return this card to the extra deck, then special summon one Melffy Exceed from your extra deck. So again, this could be good to just get a Melffy Exceed on the field. I don't know what they all do by heart, so being able to have access to this effect and just place a body in the field is actually really, really good. Oh, goody! We're halfway to Fiendsmith. Amazing. Well, I should say a quarter way to Fiendsmith. Good. Now what we need is Requiem, Sequence, and Engraver, and... Do we have Lori? I would imagine we have Lori. We have a bunch of Fable crap in the game. Maybe we don't. Oh, wait. No, I'm only looking under Spell. Hold on. Good. We're all... Amazing. So... In reality, we're only, we're about halfway, about 40 to halfway percent to Fiendsmith. Amazing. So now all we need is Engraver. We can get Engraver, then we need Sequence, then we need Requiem, and there you go. And then if we get Tracked, well, hallelujah. There you go. Full Fiendsmith combo. Amazing. If you want to know what else it does, if you link into it, you could target one, face-up monster this points to. If you link summon a link 5 using this card you control as material, you can also use that opponent's monster material. This card is really, really good. In Duel Links specifically, this card will be fantastic. Because unlike Master Duel, I feel like this, outside of Fiendsmith combo, this will get a lot more ability, a lot more usage to it. Because then you could... Goddess twice, essentially. So, really, really good. Yeah, I think this card will see a lot of use in Duel Links. Alright, now the skills. Exceed Dark Rays. You can only use the skills first and second effects if you're... I was going to say, we already have Link Dark Rays. If your extra deck contains a Dark Exceed, at the beginning, gain 1500 once per turn. During the main phase, make one face-up monster you control gain 300 until the end of the turn. It gains additional 500 if there was a Dark Exceed. And the Dark monster and Exceed monster on your field and in your graveyard. So, again, it's Dark Rays for Exceeds, for Darks. So, it's fine. It's nice to gain the boost. It does give your monsters a boost. So, if you need to swing over things, so... It's fine. Rock Average. You can use the first effect once per turn and twice per duel. During your main phase, shuffle 3 monsters, including a rock, from your graveyard or banished, and then draw a card. So this is obviously signaling we're going to get some rock support. I know the Rock Spirit was supposed to come. Rock Spirit was supposed to come, I think. I don't know. Or we might already have this. No. That was with the Spirit skill. Maybe we're getting rock support. So other than that, this is fine. This is good for rocks. Nice skill. But we have this as just generic for a lot of archetypes. Bird have one as well. Branded. Oh my gosh, Branded is coming. Holy mother of apples. I cannot wait for this. I love Branded and I definitely want to play with it. You cannot normal or summon monsters except for Albaz and 15 spellcaster monsters with 1500 attack. Alright, Mix, your wife is coming. Quem is coming. We're gonna probably get Cartesian too. I use Cartesian's effective fusion summon. Reveal one Fallen Albaz, one Dogmatica card, or one Dragon monster that mentions Fallen Albaz. There is no way we are getting Bestials. There is no way. Well, they don't mention Albaz in their name anyway, but okay, so it has to be a dragon that mentions it. So yeah, you can't, they don't, obviously we're not getting Bestials, that's way down the line. Shuffle one card from your hand into your deck and send one Fallen Albaz and one monster that mentions it from the deck to the graveyard. So that's already really good. Shrouded comes to mind already. That's one monster that you could send from deck to grave. Wait, then you could add one Shrouded or Branded in white from deck to hand. Oh, so they're going to just turn Branded in white to Branded Fusion right off the bat. First of all, I don't know if we're getting Branded Fusion. I think that's first of all, that's insane. The fact that the skill just basically turns Branded White into Branded Fusion, essentially because you're sending one Fallen Albaz and the monster that mentions it from deck to grave. So having the Dragon and Albaz already allows you to go into so many of the fusions. I'll show you a few now. If you've just been playing Duel Links all your life and you have no idea what Branded is, Basically, they're a fusion archetype that revolves around spamming the board, using some removal. Again, Branded have a ton of different fusions and really controlling the board state at all points. They can also get quite aggressive at points as well, so they can kind of change their playstyle depending on what situation they're in. Now, obviously, Branded has a ton of different fusions. If I just search up by fusions alone, you're going to see that they have a ton of fusions. Actually, I should just write Albaz because they don't all mention Branded in the name. Only Albion does. So if I just search Albaz, then you'll see like a lot of their fusions here. So the ones we have in Duel Links right now, we have Brigand and we have Sprind and Titaniclad. So these are the three that are currently in Duel Links right now. Titaniclad is still quite good, and again, with the ability of Falling to Albaz, which will be relevant in Duel Links, a lot more now. It was relevant with Spriggans, but you can fuse into all three of these, and all of your dragons, all of your Branded fusions have, they take some kind of requirement. So, for example, in order to fuse in Sprind, you need an effect monster special summon this turn. Or if you take Brigand, it needs a level 8 or higher monster. Titaniclad uses one with 2,500 attack or more. And again, all these relate to Albaz. So like Albaz can fuse with your opponent's field, obviously. You can fuse into any one of these, kind of like Super Poly, depending on what your opponent has with their field and their conditions. But really, really strong. Again, I don't know what Branded fusions we're getting. I would imagine we're not getting Mirror Jade. I would imagine not, but Mirror Jade's their main point. They're one of their main points of disruption. They're probably two of their best disruptions are Mirror Jade and Rimbrum. Queritus is really good too. Now, Queritus was this early in the Albaz lore, so we could likely be getting Queritus, I think. So we'll have to see. But if we do get Mirror Jade, and it does come, Mirror Jade is going to be extremely powerful. Now again, that really doesn't come to the Ice Jade lore, but if they do give us Mirror Jade and they want you to play Branded at that powerful of level, or they do give us Rimbrum, then it's going to be I think a very strong deck depending on what support we get. But yeah, getting Branded in white with this skill is really strong. Third party skill, if your opponent controls a monster, add one Branded bond from outside your deck to your hand. So again, this is really good because the whole situation with the skill of dumping Albaz allows you to, if you go second, to immediately threaten Albaz. Because if you use the skill, it will send Albaz and a monster that matches it from deck to grave. So you can activate the skill, dump your Albaz. This is off the top of my head. Send Shrouded. Get Branded in white, get Bond from outside your deck to your hand, special summon Albaz, and then Albaz can fuse off immediately, discarding. And if you search Shrouded, let's say you send something else, and you search Shrouded, then you can discard Shrouded, well, unless you want to keep Shrouded in hand for a draw, and then go Albaz, discard Shrouded, and then fuse off their board. So this is very good skill for Branded. We'll have to see again how much support they're willing to give us. Again, I have doubts of us getting Branded Fusion because Branded Fusion is cracked, but maybe they do as a limit one. It's like Shaddoll Fusion, but your opponent does not need to control an extra deck monster. We also do not have Ash Blossom in the game, which is the main counter to Branded Fusion. But, you know, we'll have to see exactly what they're willing to give us. But Branded is very good and very scary to be adding to Duel Links. Alright, you go. You can only use this second skill and third effects once per duel. Alright. The whole line attacks, 3 lines attacks, so I'd imagine broken. You cannot normal or special summon monsters except Clearwing, Speedroid, and Synchro Dragon monsters. So right off the bat, that is, you know, it doesn't really make a difference because that's what you're pretty much summoning in Speedroid anyway. Send 2 cards from hand or field to grave. Okay, so this is another Resonator skill. Play 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon from your extra deck or graveyard to your field. Well, this is pretty nuts that this plays from the graveyard. Because the Jack Atlas one only plays from the extra deck, I believe. So you could just play Clearwing right out of the graveyard, which is really cracked. If only your opponent controls a monster or you control a level 10 monster, add 1 Speed Recovery or Speedroid card from deck or graveyard to hand. That's instantly really good. So, now level 10 monster, that indicates that we're probably getting Clear Wing, Clear Crystal. Oh, it's not Fusion, that's why. We're probably getting this Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Now, this card is really, really good. And if you can make this turn 1, this will be really strong in Duel Links. So basically what it does is when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can make this card unaffected by the activated effects of opponent's monsters. And also this card gains, until the end of the turn. This will become unaffected by the activated effects of opponent's monsters. Also, this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack. So immediately once you activate this, your opponent cannot affect it with monster effects, which is primarily the way people big chungabungas, outside of things like Super Poly if you're playing heroes or whatnot. But this is really, really good. That's a really, really good effect. Second effect, once per turn, when a spell or trap or effect is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So that's a Shien right off the bat. That's still quite good. If you go up against hero, they're kind of forced to super poly this, because then they have to you can negate their poly. If you go up against RDA, you can negate Crimson Gaia when they activate the effect, so they won't be able to use the effect again during that turn. So that's automatically really good. What else comes to mind in the meta? Salamangreat, you can negate Circle. You can negate Sanctuary if you wanted to. So that since this negates the activation, it's technically not in the field. Balex can't protect it. So that's automatically really, really good. So there's quite a amount of things that you can negate in the meta. So overall, this card is fantastic. Also, third effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard synchro summon card, you can add one win monster from deck to hand. So this thing, if they out it, it gives you follow-up. Now, what's really good about this is it says if it's sent to your graveyard. So A, you can't miss the timing, and B, if you go up against something like Hero and they super poly it off, then you could add follow-up from your deck to your hand. So if you already hadn't used Terratop, or you had some way to put it back in the deck, you can get like Terratop from your deck to your hand, or add like a Yo-Yo for instant follow-up. So this card is fantastic, and it is really, really strong in Duel Links, I feel. So, yeah, does 3 really good effects, which I would assume we're getting because it mentions level 10 monster. And 1 speed recovery or speed recover from deck to hand, so that's obviously really good. If on turn 2 or onwards, send 1 Chimbara, 1 Cork Shooter, 1 Hakoida, 1 Kendama, and 1 puzzle from graveyard to deck. Wow. So that makes it, so this makes speed recover really broken in this deck. Because if you're going second, then this card, yeah, you get it for free anyway. So like if you're going second, you get this for free. So, you know, or just any Speedroid card. So if you're going second, these all go to your graveyard. So you have an instant monster reborn. So you probably play 3 of this in the deck, just because it's going to go heavy combo regardless. And this card is not once per turn, right? Nope, it's not. So this card is not a once per turn monster reborn. So essentially, you can reborn these things as many times as you want. So given that it puts 5 synchro monsters that can be reborn in the graveyard, makes comboing off going second with speed recovery absolutely disgusting. So yeah, this is really, really good. Now, Cork Shooter won't get its effect when you summon it, because it has to be synchro summoned to gain these effects. But it could still be a level 3 on there. Actually, yeah, it has to be synchro summoned to activate the effect to resummon all the materials. Yeah, obviously, but yeah. Overall, really strong skill. I definitely look forward to playing Speedroid again with this, so really nice. Vector 1. At the beginning of the duel, add ace cards to the extra deck and be used for one normal draw if you're 3,000 below. One of your normal draws will be a random Dark Fiend. Okay, fine. Level 4 Dark Fiend. Alright, fine. Vector skill 2. Alright. I see a Brohara. This is the skill that's going to make them tier 0. You cannot normal summon except for number monsters or Umbrohara. Okay. Reveal 1 glorious numbers. What is this? Control no monsters. Target a number exceed in your graveyard. Special summon it. Then draw 1 card. Okay. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target one normal number exceed, attach one from your hand to its material. Okay. Or one rank up magic in your hand and add 2 rank up magic cards from your deck to your hand. Send 3 level 5, rank 5 number sea monsters with a higher than 101. With a number higher than 100 and one number 4 masquerade your extra deck to your graveyard. Okay. Then send the same cards to your opponent's graveyard from outside their deck. What? Why? From your opponent's graveyard? Hello? What? Just like Umbral Harvest with like some broken effect that just like brings back from the opponent's graveyard? What the hell is this? Okay. Now that really abuses your opponent's graveyard. There must be some reason, and I have no idea why. Okay, but sure. All cards get set to be special summoned. I mean, sure, okay. Send 1 card from your field to the graveyard, bury and battle morph, and regain your true form. Then set 1 number monster from your graveyard or your opponent's graveyard. Oh, that's why. Okay. So, you bring back Doing Seeds. What does this have to do with Umbral Harvest at all? This feels so random. Okay. Yeah, so apparently, but if you could, I guess, if you wanted to bring back 2 of the same monster, but why don't you just put multiple of the same monster in your graveyard? Why do you just like randomly put things in the opponent's graveyard? Maybe there's some like number that can abuse your opponent's graveyard. I don't know. This is so random. This skill is so random. I don't even know how to categorize it. It's so weird. Dumont Mizar Vector. At the beginning of your first turn, set 1 Sargasso. Okay, this is meant to be the anime. So this sets Sargasso to the field. This is basically a burn card. You take 500 during the end phase, essentially. So if they exceed, they take 250. And then if they control face up exceed, they take another 250. So it's a burn card. Sure. Okay, if you set it from hand, draw a card. Send 1 Sargasso's Lighthouse. When it's Mel effect, it inflict damage to you. Would activate, you take no damage. While it's cards in your graveyard, you take no damage from the effect of Sargasso. Okay, cute. Okay, regain your true form, draw a card. Alright, whatever. Vector 3. You can only use this first effect once per duel and second effect once per turn. If you control a number face-up key beetle, set 1 corrupted keys. Okay, Master Beetle's kind of cool because it can protect your monster by card effects. This was good early on. I don't think this card will be that good in Duel Links because it's really specific to protect against card. I mean, I guess Pyro Phoenix and Scar blow up your field by card effects, so maybe. But it blows up the whole field, so I get... Well, I don't know if they're both targeted, whether it would just blow it up anyway. We'll have to see. Set corrupted keys from your hand to your field. Why hand? Why can't they set it from the deck? Is this card really that broken? Target 1 face-up exceed monster you control, special summon 3 blah 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 tokens to your field. They can't be attributed. They can't attack your foe directly. Why do they have a question mark? Oh, it becomes the attack equal to that exceed monster. Oh, okay, but okay. I don't know. It's so random. You can only special summon once for the rest of the turn. Okay. Select 1 face-up exceed monster you control to gain the attack of the sum of all. Oh, so this card just stacks the crap. Your opponent. Okay, so you can make this skill is funny. This is funny. I can see people unironically using this just to farm the opponents at the gate. So, like, you farm the level 40s at the gate because this thing can get up to, like, 10k attack. And maybe this is, like, some way that people can farm at the gate with this. I don't think this will be meta, but this is funny anyway. Alright, Vector 4. You can use this skill's first and second effects once per duel. If your opponent controls a monster, you can apply this effect. Once per turn, you can exceed summon one number 65-digit monster using one face-up card you control. Now that's cool, because this is generic. So you can just use this in any deck, really, that wants to go second. You can just plop this on the field. Like Ding. The same way you would plop Ding. And this is the negate. So this is a monster negate. So that's kind of cool, actually. That's really kind of cool way to mitigate Omni negates in the game. So that's actually kind of cool. I like this. This is a nice skill design. Select one card in your field or hand to be exceed material of exceed number of monster you control. Okay, so this is going to be of any number of monster you control. But yeah, so you could just go plop this on the field using anything really, which is kind of crazy actually, because it could be like, you could use this as like some really funny things. So this is really nice. I like this skill. Very cool. ZEXAL 2 power of the feature. Alright. I'm ready for Onomats to be tier 0. You can only use the second and third effects of once per turn and twice per duel. Okay. You can only special summon exceed monsters from the extra deck. Okay. And you cannot special summon. This skill better be broken if you're locking out of links. You cannot special summon monsters with spell or trap effects except Utopia monsters with 2500 attack and defense. Wait a minute. So you can't use like Gaga Revenge? Okay. Sure, I guess they don't want you playing Onomats, but I don't get why. Shuffle one card from your hand or into the deck and reveal one Astrotopia or ZS monster in your hand. Okay. Exceed monsters on the field, special others from the hand. Okay. Send one other card from hand to graveyard. Field to grave. Add one exceed Onomat, ZEXAL, or number small trap from deck to hand. So this could be an Automata play, which is really good, or para, to get Automata play. So that comes right off the bat. It's going to add a lot of things to deck to hand, obviously. A lot. Human and Astral build the overlay network, ZEXAL Mark. Then add up to 2 Astrotopia ZX monsters from deck to hand. So this is not once per turn, right? No, you can literally... Oh, you can only use each effect. Okay, so this can only special summon it. But oh, well, I guess this could add ZS monsters as well. So it's like you don't have to add 2 more of these and have these be dead in your hand. Okay. Sure. Okay. You can use this effect after transforming to ZEXAL. Shuffle one card and enter field to the deck. Then transform one card your hand. I love the way this is written. Transform one card your hand. Transforms one card your hand. I love the way this says transform one card your hand. That's hilarious. It's a rank up. So you can like take a card and just like, I don't need this. I'm changing it. To rank up Magic Numeron Force. Okay. Or play one Utopia from outside the deck. Alright, so this is bang Utopia out of the field. What's even broken is it doesn't set it. So you have no point of interaction on this. Like, if you wanted to disrupt Utopia specifically, you wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah. The only problem I have with this skill I have a lot of problems with. The only problem I have, the biggest problem I have with the skill is it's a -2? Well, I guess... Wait, which one's the... Okay, so the other one is Automata Play. Yeah, this is kind of a -2. Somebody needs to cook with this. Because Astrotopia, you have to send another card. So, like, it's almost like a -3. Because you have to shuffle a card, and Astrotopia needs to... no, it's not, because you get to add 2. Okay, so this does add 2. So if you shuffle 1, add 2, that pluses. So I guess that helps. And then, okay, I see how this skill would work. I do see how this skill would work. The other annoyance that I don't like is that you would have to use the first skill before you use the second one. So, like, if you wanted to use this, you would have to use this first. But yeah. still got some potential here, because this is adds 2. So I can see, well, depending on what you end on, that this skill could be really good. So yeah, okay. Shaddoll, 2 Shaddoll skills. Oh my gosh. Oh, yo, I'm hyped. You can use this second effect skill once per duel. All right, let's see if they, because I made suggestions like a few months ago. Let's see if they follow them. Add ace cards to your deck or extra deck during the turn. You cannot normal summon or special summon monsters except for Shaddoll spellcasters. Shuffle 1 Shaddoll card or spellcaster monster from your hand or field. Draw 1 card. If your opponent controls a monster, you can add 1 Shaddoll card from your deck instead. That's not very good, unfortunately. It takes away the Resh effect. If you didn't have the Resh effect, if you still have the Resh effect, then this card would be good. Alright, let's hope the second one's better. You can use the second effect once per duel. At the start of the duel, randomly send 3 Shaddoll normal traps from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so we already have the Resh Shaddoll incarnation effect. During this turn, you cannot normal summon. During your turn, you cannot normal summon. You cannot normal special summon monsters with a level, except for Shaddoll spellcasters. Okay, by the way this reads, I still think you can link summon, which is still good. Okay, second effect. You reveal 2 Shaddoll cards in your hand, then add 1 Shaddoll card from deck to add. Thank you! Yes! If your opponent only controls a monster, you can also set 1 Shaddoll monster for your deck to them. Dude, this skill is broken! Well, the skill doesn't add Wenda or Shaddoll Fusion in the deck, which I would believe that means we're getting it. But holy cow! That's broken! Holy mother of... That skill is broken. Let me explain why. First of all, you get the same effect of Resh Shaddoll incarnation. So right off the bat, you have the same effect of whatever the skill is called. So if I go to skills and I type Shaddoll, you already have Shadow Weaving Power. So you already get the same thing where you dump the Resh. It sends 3. But the second part of this skill is cracked. So first of all, you're always going to have 2 Shaddoll cards in your hand. That's never the problem with Shaddoll, right? The problem is you either don't open up a fusion spell or you don't open up a fusion monster. So this makes this a lot less bricky. It's not a -1. You don't have to shuffle any cards in your hand to the deck. So immediately, if you're going first and you open up, let's say, a Shaddoll monster, 3 Shaddoll monsters, and you have like no fusion spells, get a fusion spell. So right off the bat, that's insanely good. This could get you instantly El Shaddoll or Shaddoll Fusion. If you're going second, this is really, obviously, really good, because this allows you to instantly get Shaddoll Fusion going second. I'm assuming they're giving it to us. I'm assuming here. I am assuming. But if they give us Shaddoll Fusion, you can instantly get Shaddoll Fusion from deck to hand going second. So now this forces your opponent to really have to play around it. They're going to have to respect the Shaddoll Fusion, because otherwise you could go Omega Plus. Now, the other thing that makes the skill really crack, this is exactly what I said to do with the skill, except I said it a little bit less. But they're doing exactly what I suggested to do with the skill. If only your opponent controls a monster, you get to set a Shaddoll from your deck to your field. So this is obviously really cracked, because if your opponent controls anything, you could set, like, let me explain. All right, because I was talking to Mix. Well, this, let me explain what you could do. So you could set, where is the thing called? Yeah, you could set Hollow from deck to field. So this is really good. So you could activate your skill, set this, and then, holy mother of bananas. Yeah, this is really good. So you can activate your skill, set your Hollow, send a Shaddoll Fusion from your graveyard, then add back Resh, because Resh will be in the graveyard. So you have Resh online automatically. And then you could get Shaddoll Fusion going second to add. You could even, if you wanted to, set Hedgehog, and then Hedgehog add El Shaddoll, and have Shaddoll and El Shaddoll Fusion going second. So this is really, really good. This is also going to make Droplet in the deck a lot better, because it's not going to affect your consistency like it did before, because now you're getting a +1 to your hand. So if you're going first or going second, you're automatically going to get a +1. So you're really starting with 5 cards over 4. This is really cracked. Really, really cracked. And that means I'm going to have to update the Shaddoll guide on DLM. This is cracked. Really cracked. You could also play Dogmatica with this because it mentions spellcasters. Now, keep in mind, you cannot run Invoke with this. This is going to have to be a pure Shaddoll deck because they do not want you playing Invoke with this. Keep in mind, oh, sorry about that. Keep that in mind because it says, or spellcaster monsters, so they do not want you playing Invoke with this. And you may say, well, why? Short Alistair's a spellcaster. True, but because this doesn't mention out the extra deck, they do not want you summoning Invoke Fusions, which are not spellcasters. So keep that in mind. Abyss Splash. Oh, is this a shark skill? You can use the skills second and third effects once per duel and twice per duel. Once per turn and twice per duel. You cannot normal summon except for fish. Okay. Shuffle 1 card from your field or graveyard. Set 1 level 5, 3, 4, 5 fish. The battle position can be changed and add 1 fish monster from deck to hand. Holy mother, gosh. So immediately that's a +1. Okay, sure. And send 1 Anthem Shark and Eagle Shark from your graveyard outside the deck. Oh my lord. Wow. Okay. If you control a number 75 Abyss Splash, add to your end or send to the graveyard what exceeds spell or trap. This skill is cracked. I mean, if you're going second, it doesn't have the go second, do this mambo jumbo, what a mumbo, but the skill is nuts. This skill is well, right off the bat, it's a +1. If you summon Buzzsaw Shark, it's a +2. And then you dump all this crap to the graveyard. Once per turn during your player's turn, you detach from material, double the star's attack. So, yeah, maybe something comes of this. Interesting. That's cracked. And this is twice per duel. Also, this kit, if you control Abyss Splash, you can add the Exceed spell or trap. So you could search a Disruption. So you could search, wow, you could search this. There's 2 things you could search here. You could search, where's the thing? Spell, trap. So you could search, where is it? Oh, dang it. Import. So import's a disruption. It takes their monster and attaches it. So that's really good. Or where's the Exceed trap? That's actually really good. The counter trap. Block. Yeah. So you can search block. And this is a monster negate. So this is really, really good. So both of these are really fantastic. So this has potential. Strike back crosswipe. Side at crosswipe. Your opponent controls a shuffle a monster in the deck. And set side at crosswipe. This can be activated during the same turn. This is not good. This is not good at all. And we're getting a Novell skill. Okay. You can use this skill's first and second effects once per turn if your deck contains at least 12 Novels or recipe cards. I am not pronouncing this. If you control a face-up Pocinary de Nevoles MasterCards, ASAP, Kozak, please help. I don't know how to pronounce this. Set 1 recipe card from your deck to your field. It can be activated this turn. Okay. Then you can shuffle 2 monsters from your hand or field to the deck. Draw that many cards. Oh, cool. We're getting Iono. Let's go. Alright, so if you have 2 bricks in your hand, there you go. You can get rid of the bricks out of your hand. It's kind of cute. From turn 2 or onward, add 1 Concours de Cuisine. Okay. Corollary confrontation from deck to hand. One Novel's Pendulum Monster and Pataskill Pendulum Monster. From your hand, deck, or extra deck, special summon both monsters, one in each field. Okay. Okay. Alright, sure. Don't know much about this archetype, so willing to learn. Okay, these are just raid duel skills that we're getting. Okay, so what do I think? Branded has a very high potential right now. Branded has very high potential depending on what we're getting. How dangerous, how much are they going to give to us in Branded? That's the question. Shaddoll definitely, I think, is right at the top to come back into the meta. This skill, the Shaddoll skill, is really good. This skill brings Shaddoll back 100%. Because it's a lot more consistent now. Going second seems a lot better. Because now you essentially can go +2 going second. So, let me explain. Well, actually, if you think about it, putting all the traps in the graveyard as well, if you want to consider that potentially even more advantage. But, the skill, Shaddoll skill, is a +2 going second. So, obviously, if you're going second, you get a Shaddoll monster to your field, which is really, really good. It adds a Shaddoll card from deck to hand, regardless whether you're going first or second, which is absolutely fantastic. So, but when you think about it, that's just on the base of the skill, right? So if you have Shaddoll Fusion, then Shaddoll Fusion allows you to go plus even more. So Shaddoll have a lot of reason to believe that they can make a strong comeback into the meta, I feel. So I would definitely do that. Like I said, they were kind of dwindling before, but now they're about to make, I feel, a strong comeback because they finally got the skill that they needed. And this might get played straight up with Dogmatica just because now you have access to being able to use this with the Dogmatica stuff because there is Spellcaster involvement with it. Granted, you won't have the Invoked engine, but in IDS, you didn't have a broken skill that just allows you to get the Shaddoll cards that you need anyway. So yeah, this is really, really strong. I definitely can't wait. As you guys have known, there's 100 Shaddoll videos on YouTube, and there'll be another one coming once we get the skill buff, absolutely. So probably be along with Branded that I'm most excited to play. Also, I think Speedroid also has a ton of potential as well, because the Speedroid skill has really cracked. So I think that these three, right off the bat, seem like the most meta potential. I don't know about Novels, so somebody has to tell me how cracked. I mean, it seems good, but we'll have to see exactly what, exactly what Novels do to be good. Okay, but that's my video. I hope you like, comment, and sub. Please, get ready for our dueling stream tonight. I will go over this on stream tonight. As well, so be there, be square, 7:30, 8 p.m. PST, I mean EST, not PST, EST, yeah, or maybe a bit later, so we'll see. I'll let you guys know on YouTube, and until next time, it's your boy Shoma Try signing out, peace.